Hey, what's up guys? Guardian here, coming you guys with a brand new video today, and today we're going to be doing a review video, and we're going to be reviewing the Ultra Pro Deck Builders Premium Pro Binder. So for those of you that have been following me on Facebook, you will know that I actually got this the other day, I believe. But yeah, this binder, incredible. I've been using it, as you can see underneath the one I've just recently purchased. I've been using this to store my Royal Paladin collection, and I will be doing it with my other clans as well. But I think I'm going to have to buy another one at some point. So, yeah. But the binder itself, just to give you the TLDR, it's really, really good. I definitely recommend it if you want to look at collecting cards for either Vanguard, Pokemon and Magic as well, because one of the main things about this binder that I like is that it stores them in rows of 4. As you can see on the display here, it does 4, 4, and 4. So that's really, really cool for card games that do play sets of 4. Not so much good for Yu-Gi-Oh! Since that is for play sets of 3. But yeah, I think for Pokemon, Magic, and Vanguard, of course, it's going to be really, really nice to display your collection. Now, in terms of the pricing on this as well, I'll get into this straight away. It's actually not that bad in terms of affording it, because you'd think for a premium binder like this, you'd be thinking somewhere around 30, right? Well, I've actually been able to get both of these binders from eBay for around about £23 roughly, which I think is just a really great deal, especially for the quality that this binder is. So without further ado, we will go into it. I just wanted to show you that I did buy a second one, so I do actually like this binder, and I do plan to get more in the future, since I'm probably going to need more of them. Now, first of all, we have the material, which is sort of like a padded matte material. It's really, really nice, really soft, looks very high quality. Hopefully the camera can do it justice. I'm trying to use the outside lighting as well to give it more of a realistic shine. Hopefully it looks nice. But yeah, it's a really nice quality, really nicely padded. And the zip, of course, is actually pretty nice, because it's actually pretty loose. As you can see, it's actually a pretty loose zip. So it's not like immensely tight around your collection. So there's a bit of space to give your collection a bit of a breathing room. So it's also really easy to move as well. It's not like tight or anything. So like I said, the binder does display your play sets in 4. So I have organized my Royal Paladin collection to the point where I think everything's in here, from like the trial deck all the way to set 5, I believe, including the mini booster, Psycholia Strife, and I think that was the only extra thing. Oh yeah, and of course the extra booster as well with Messianic. So yeah, like I said, main thing I love is the fact that it displays them in sets of 4. I've even got like the foil version of Alfred up here. Can't really see it because of the lighting. You can kind of see it there. But yeah, I've got the foil versions, the common versions. Now, I do not collect the really high rarity stuff like SVRs and stuff like that. I only go for the base rarity of the card, just because it's the easiest one to get, and also all of them will look the same. I'm kind of a little bit OCD like that, but whatever. But yeah, I am going to do a collection video on this binder, so I don't want to show everything off, but I'll at least show up until like the set 1 comes up. So I'll show like the trial deck stuff. I don't think that's too bad to show in a review. But yeah, as you can see, looks really, really nice when you can see all of the cards. I've actually done these in set order as well. So like the numbers on the cards, which I don't know if people actually realize, but all the cards do have order numbers on them, and I've actually ordered everything numerically. So yeah, this is number 4 and this is number 5 sort of thing. So I have organized everything by number, by set. I am missing a few things in this collection. I actually did make a purchase recently, which hopefully will arrive in the next 2 to 3 days. Because I have got a couple of holes in this collection where, like this, for example, this Glime. I thought I had a 4th one because I got 4 trial decks way back when, if you can remember that video. But I couldn't find the 4th Glime for the life of me, and I was like, where the heck is it? And then I thought to myself, did I by any chance sell someone a common version of the trial deck? And I kept all the foils, of course. Did I sell someone a common trial deck? And I was thinking, and I was like, I think I did. Couldn't remember, but then it turns out that it was my friend Wingy that had it. So yeah, I sold him the deck. But yeah, the Glime, I did get another one on order. It was only like 10 pence or something like that. It wasn't that expensive at all. It might have been cheaper than 10 pence. It might have been like 5 or something. I can't remember, but it was really cheap. Um, Now, one thing I will say is that you can actually sleeve your cards in here. You can sleeve them and it will fit them really, really nicely. As you can see, there's a lot of space in here. Let's try bring this up. As you can see, there's a lot of space because Vanguard cards are the same ratio as Yu-Gi-Oh! So it's a smaller Japanese-sized card game. But you will have enough room in here for your Magic and Pokemon cards if you do want to buy it for those games. And you can also sleeve them as well, so that's fine. The reason I decided not to sleeve the cards is because, well, the name of the binder is Deck Builder's Premium Pro Binder. Deck Builder. So I don't want to sleeve the cards in the binder in order to like if I wanted to get a Carne out of here, I'd have to take it out and then take the sleeve off, you know? So it's like, I'd rather not do that. So I just leave the cards unsleeved in here. I don't mind doing that because I'm using this as a tool to access my collection so I can build decks more consistently and easily, you know? So I can just go to the set that the card's from and then just pull it out. So that's that. So yeah, trying to think if there's anything else to really talk about. We'll go a little bit into set 1 here. I wasn't going to do it, but we'll leave everything else for the collection video because I do want to go through the collection and talk about it. But yeah, I don't think there's much else to talk about. It's just really nice to display your cards in a row of 4 for play sets of 4. Like I said already, it's good for Magic, good for Pokemon, good for Vanguard. Wouldn't recommend this for Yu-Gi-Oh! If I'm being honest. You might want to go for the binders that have display sets of 3. But it is really nice to have the option of having the display by 4 for the 4 playset card games, you know? So that is really, really nice. I won't go further in. I'm like teetering on the edge of turning the page, but I won't go any further. So yeah. But yeah, the binder holds the cards actually really nicely. You might have saw the Margle moved a little bit, but that's because it's unsleeved. If you want to hold this for collection and collection only, like you have no intention of taking the cards out, and you just want to use it for collecting and storing, then I'd recommend sleeving the cards at that point because I don't sleeve them because I have the idea of taking the cards out at some point, possibly. And I just don't want that extra task of unsleeving the card along with taking it out as well. So you can sleeve them perfectly nice, perfectly fine. And like I said, the pricing of the binder is incredible. I think £23 is an absolute steal. If you see this binder somewhere around the early 20s for the pricing, I definitely recommend it. But when it starts reaching towards 30, I think you got to use your better judgment at that point to think, do I want to spend £30 on a binder? I mean, for me personally, even if this does go up to 30, I'd still get it because I think it's just really good for collections. And this entire binder is filled up, by the way. Like this goes all the way to like set 5, which is all the way at the back here. I'll just show you a couple of things. But yeah, it shows off the cards really nicely, and it's really easy to like pinpoint cards that you're missing and just fill those gaps in. So yeah, so that's my Royal Paladin binder my Royal Paladin collection and the binder that I use for it. I've had this one for about, I think, how long has it been now? At least since the beginning of 2020, I think I got this one. And then I just got this one like literally the other day. So I'm going to be using this binder for Gold Paladin at minimum. I don't know if it's going to be able to fit all of the OTT stuff as well. We'll have to see, but I will be getting more of these for the other clans, and of course I will have to get more as well when Royal Paladin get extended, because we have Alt Mile coming out soon. But I think with Alt Mile, I won't put it immediately into a binder, because I'm probably going to be utilizing those cards more frequently, so I might just put those into a box, just so I can just access them, you know, really quick. But in terms of the older cards and just having them on hand, I think it's really nice to have the binder there. And also, one note very quickly before I forget is, one of the other reasons I wanted to do this was because when I was storing my cards in the boxes, which I also did a review for, I think these boxes are really nice to hold your commons and maybe your rares, but I just use these for commons now because one issue I had was that my foils were starting to curve. They were starting to warp, so I'd really recommend doing this for your foil cards at least, just because it'll keep them flat, and it won't like damage them in any way for the long term. And also one of the other things as well, people might be thinking, well, why don't you just take the playset of cards and then just stick them all in one sleeve? You could do that if you want to. That's your choice to make, but I personally don't want to do that because it's going to stretch the sleeve in the binder. It's going to stretch the plastic, and then over time, if you take that playset of 4 out of that one sleeve, that sleeve is going to be ruined for like single cards, which means you have to use it for a playset of 4. And also with playsets, I find that when you stick 4 copies of a card in one sleeve, you pretty much have to sleeve it in like a penny sleeve at that point, because it's really awkward when you're turning the pages, and then when you've got 4 cards in one sleeve, it's more likely to come out, like to slip out of the sleeve. So I personally don't like doing it. I like keeping the binder intact in the way it's meant to be. I don't want to stretch it out in any way possible to ruin it. I just keep it the way it is and display the cards one by one in each sleeve, and then I can display the playset in its full. I think that works much better. But that's my opinion. If you have other ways of storing your collection, by all means, do tell me. But I think this is a really great binder for your collections. And I think the price point is really good as well. Like I said, I got both of these for around about 23. It might fluctuate depending on where you're getting it and who's selling it and stuff like that. But if you do find these binders and you need it for collection purposes, do get them. I really recommend it. And if you have any other questions I haven't answered in this video, do tell me in the comments below. I will get to them as soon as I can. But I think for the most part, I've covered everything I want to say. I even mentioned like the foil warping. I'm glad I remembered that. I actually forgot about it. But yeah, that's actually one of the main reasons I decided to start doing this, was because the foils were warping, and keeping them in the binder keeps them nice and flat and yeah, not warped essentially. So yeah. But anyway, guys, that's going to do it for the review. I hope this was useful for anyone that was looking for another take, another opinion on the binder, and especially for Vanguard as well, because I don't think I've seen one of these for Vanguard yet. But yeah, I think it's really good for Vanguard, really good for Pokemon, really good for Magic. Yu-Gi-Oh! Not so much, just because it's sets of 3 in Yu-Gi-Oh! And I think this is much better for the sets of 4 games. But yeah, tell me guys what you think about it in the comments below. Tell me if this video was helpful. And I will be doing collection videos soon, because like I've got in front of you right now, I've got my Royal Paladin collection. So I do want to show that off and go through the cards and have a little bit of a run down memory lane, since with us being quarantined right now, we can't really do much else. And it also gave me the opportunity to unsleeve my deck and actually put my Royal Paladin deck into the binder as well, so I can actually show the entire collection. But I'm going to wait a little bit at least, because I'm still waiting for a couple of things to arrive in the mail. But besides from that, I think I'm also missing 1 Escalpate, now that I think about it. I've only got 3 of them. But yeah, I'm missing a few holes here and there. But for the most part, the collection's more or less finished. Well, finished to me anyway. Like I said, I don't get the high rarity stuff. Anyway, I'm blabbing on now. Thank you guys very much for watching. Hope you guys enjoyed the video. And like always, like the video if you liked it. Comment down below if I have any question to ask. And that's going to be me, guys. So thank you guys for watching. And this is Guardian, signing out.